distance medley relay team and 4x2 for Exira-EHK. They each come in second. Macy Emgarten, Ellie Peterson, Mackenzie Riley, and Gemini Goodwin. We'll start with you and tell us about your portion of the race. First in the distance medley, which leg did you run and how did it go for you?
I ran the second leg, and running was against the wind was pretty hard, but you just got to keep pushing through it. And I think we had a great handoff, receiving and exchanging, and I think it was really good.
The team's had some success in that event recently. What do you think has been the key to that?
I think it's just the great handoffs and the good speaking, and just obviously how fast we're running.
The 4x2, how'd that race go for you?
It was pretty much the same. I was in the same leg, second, and again, it was really tough, but you just got to push through it and have great exchange handoffs. Wow. Okay.
What are some of the ways you've been able to drop your time throughout the season?
You just have to try to catch the person in front of you and keep pushing. You just try to get a better time by knowing what the person in front of you has and try to beat them as hard as you can.
All right, congrats, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
All right, Izzy, tell us about your portion of the distance medley.
Well, I ran the first leg of the D-Med, and the wind pushing me was a lot of help. The handoff was pretty good too, so overall I think it went really well.
How'd you come out of the blocks?
Pretty good, actually, considering practice doesn't look too well, but I mean, meets go a lot better.
Why is that?
I just trip a lot in practice, try a lot harder in meets, I guess.
How about your part of the 4x2?
Pretty much the same, it went pretty well.
How were your handoffs in each race?
Oh, really good, actually. We work on that a lot.
Do you, what were some goals that you had coming into today for each of those events? How'd they compare to how you finished?
Just to really use my arms, work on my form, and get a better time. And I think I really achieved that.
What other events are you in today?
The 4x4, and I ran the sprint med.
How'd the sprint medley go?
It was okay. Not obviously as well as we wanted it to, but that's okay. Next time.
All right. How'd things go for you in your distance medley?
They were pretty good. I ran the 400, and the first half of it was pretty good, and this last half was really hard because coming against the wind, but I still got a PR out of it, and I was pretty happy with it.
It's been windy at a lot of meets this year, but I mean, as far as weather-wise, is this an okay day to run?
Yeah, definitely, because it's just been a lot warmer, and the wind's been not as bad as it has been in the past, so it's been really nice.
Tell me about your part of the 4x2.
I was the last leg of the 4x2, and I had an okay handoff with Macy. It wasn't the best we've had, but it was pretty good. And I just really felt like my legs were moving good with my arms as I was finishing it in the last 100.
No season last year, so you want to maybe catching up to do this year. What are some things you've learned along the way?
I've really struggled with exchange zones, so that's something I'm getting better at and really learning how they work and how I can get better at them.
All right, thanks a bunch. And Macy Emgarten, in addition to these two relays, you just finished up third in the Open 200, so let's talk about that one that's fresh in your mind. Did you have a good race there?
Yeah, I came out of the blocks really well, and then I was just using my arms and driving my legs throughout the whole race.
Interesting. You mentioned using your arms because I was standing by Coach Bartz earlier, and that's something he keeps on telling everybody, it seems like. So is that something he stresses a lot?
Yeah, this whole season it's been something that I've struggled with in the team, and each meet I'm just reminding myself to use my arms.
Tell us about the distance medley and the 4x2 and how you felt those went for your team.
In the D-Med, I ran the Open 8, or the 8 part, and I thought it went pretty well. It was pretty close to my PR, and it just felt really good.
So there's a big gap there between 200s and 800s. Which do you prefer?
I like the 800s probably, just because it gives me more time to get going.
All right, thanks a bunch.
Thanks.